Christmas Eve traditions around the world introduction. Hello everyone, and welcome to our festive journey around the world. Christmas Eve is one of the most magical nights of the year, celebrated with joy, warmth, and unique traditions in almost every corner of the globe, from candlelit churches in Europe to lively street festivals in South America. Every culture brings its own special touch to this night of wonder, whether it's sharing a meal with family, singing carols under the stars, or simply reflecting on the year gone by. Christmas Eve reminds us of love, hope, and togetherness. In today's video, we'll take you on an incredible journey exploring Christmas Eve traditions from over 20 countries. You'll discover fascinating customs, traditional foods, and heartwarming rituals that make this night unforgettable. So grab a cup of hot cocoa, cozy up by the fire, and let's travel the world to see how people celebrate the night before Christmas. Chapter 1. Christmas Eve in Europe. Europe is home to some of the oldest and most enchanting Christmas traditions in the world. From bustling Christmas markets to candlelit midnight masses, the continent truly comes alive on Christmas Eve. Let's explore some of the most iconic European celebrations. Germany. In Germany, Christmas Eve, or Heiligabend, is a deeply family-oriented celebration. The day often begins with the final preparations for the evening, as families decorate their Christmas trees, bake traditional cookies, and prepare a festive meal. One of the most beloved customs is the Advent calendar, counting down the days to Christmas with small gifts or chocolates behind each door. Another iconic figure is the Christkind, a golden-haired angel-like gift-bringer who delivers presents to children, especially in southern Germany. Families gather in the evening for a cozy, candlelit dinner and then exchange gifts. Many attend a midnight mass, a spiritual highlight of the season, singing traditional carols and celebrating the birth of Christ. Germany is also famous for its Christmas markets, where towns transform into magical winter wonderlands with sparkling lights, handcrafted decorations, and the irresistible aroma of gingerbread and mulled wine. Italy. In Italy, Christmas Eve is called La Vigilia, and the night is known for the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Families gather to enjoy a grand seafood dinner, symbolizing abstinence from meat in preparation for the Christmas celebration. After dinner, many Italians attend midnight mass, followed by the exchange of gifts. In many towns, streets are adorned with beautiful nativity scenes, called presepi, bringing the story of Christ's birth to life in miniature detail. Italian Christmas Eve is a perfect mix of spiritual reflection, family togetherness, and delicious culinary traditions that have been passed down for generations. France. In France, Christmas Eve is celebrated with a luxurious late-night dinner called Le Réveillon. This feast can last for hours and typically includes dishes like foie gras, roasted meats, seafood, and decadent desserts such as the bûche de Noël or Yule log cake. Families often gather after dinner to attend midnight mass, followed by singing carols. In many regions, elaborate nativity scenes are displayed in homes and town squares, often including unique figurines representing local villagers. The French approach to Christmas Eve combines indulgence, tradition, and a strong sense of family connection, making it one of the most elegant celebrations in Europe. United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom, Christmas Eve is filled with excitement and anticipation. Children hang stockings by the fireplace in hopes that Father Christmas will fill them with gifts overnight. Families often enjoy a special meal, sometimes featuring roast turkey or goose. One charming tradition is the Christmas cracker, a small paper tube that cracks when pulled, revealing a tiny gift, a joke, or a festive hat. Many communities hold carols by candlelight, where people gather to sing beloved Christmas songs under the glow of hundreds of candles. For British families, Christmas Eve is a night of joyful preparation, building the excitement for the big day ahead. Spain. In Spain, Christmas Eve, or Nochebuena, is the heart of family celebrations. The night is usually centered around a large family dinner, featuring dishes like roasted lamb, seafood, and sweet treats. After dinner, many families attend midnight mass, known as La Misa del Gallo, or Rooster's Mass. Streets and town squares are often filled with festive lights and music, creating a lively, joyous atmosphere. For Spaniards, Christmas Eve is about togetherness, feasting, and sharing in the magic of the season. Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. In Scandinavia, Christmas Eve is often the main day of celebration. In Sweden, the festive day begins with St. Lucia Day traditions, where girls dress in white robes and wear crowns of candles, bringing light during the darkest time of the year. Families enjoy a traditional Christmas meal, including herring, meatballs, and ham, followed by desserts like rice pudding. Norway and Denmark also have family-centered Christmas Eve dinners and exchange gifts in the evening. Candlelight plays a major role in Scandinavian celebrations, symbolizing warmth, hope, and togetherness during the long winter nights. Closing Chapter 1. From Germany's Christkind to Sweden's St. Lucia processions, Europe offers a rich tapestry of Christmas Eve traditions. Each country brings its own unique flavor, combining family, faith, food, and festive fun into a night full of magic. Chapter 2. Christmas Eve in North America. North America celebrates Christmas Eve with a mix of long-standing traditions, regional variations, and heartwarming family moments. From the cozy living rooms of Canada to bustling American towns, Christmas Eve is a night filled with love, anticipation, and festive cheer. United States. In the United States, Christmas Eve is all about family, anticipation, and preparation for Santa's visit. Many families gather for a cozy dinner, often featuring dishes like roast turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, and seasonal vegetables. Children hang stockings by the fireplace, excitedly hoping that Santa Claus will fill them with treats overnight. In some homes, children leave out cookies and milk as a special snack for Santa, while carrots are set aside for his reindeer. Church services, especially midnight mass, are another highlight. Families attend to celebrate the birth of Christ, sing carols, and reflect on the spiritual meaning of Christmas. In many towns, community events like tree lightings, caroling, and festive parades create a magical atmosphere. The combination of faith, family, and festivity makes Christmas Eve in the United States truly special. Canada's Christmas Eve traditions reflect its rich cultural diversity. In English-speaking regions, the celebrations are similar to those in the United States, with families exchanging gifts, attending church services, and enjoying traditional meals. In French-speaking areas, like Quebec, a unique tradition called Réveillon takes center stage. Families gather after midnight mass for a late-night feast, featuring hearty dishes such as torture meat pie, seafood, and a variety of desserts. Canadians also embrace community festivities, from outdoor light displays to ice skating events, turning Christmas Eve into a magical blend of warmth, family, and celebration despite the cold winter nights. Mexico. North America's southern tradition. Heading south to Mexico, Christmas Eve, or Nochebuena, is one of the most important celebrations of the year. The night begins with Las Posadas, a 9-day reenactment of Mary and Joseph's journey seeking shelter in Bethlehem. Children and adults go from house to house, singing carols and asking for lodging, adding a vibrant, interactive element to the festivities. After the Posadas, families come together for a late-night feast, often featuring traditional dishes such as tamales, bacalao, salted codfish, and punch, a warm fruit punch. Midnight Mass is a central tradition, where communities gather to celebrate the birth of Christ. In Mexico, Christmas Eve is truly a night of family, faith, and colorful celebration, blending religious devotion with lively cultural traditions. Visual and cultural highlights across North America. Christmas Eve celebrations share common themes: family gatherings, festive meals, anticipation for Christmas morning, and spiritual reflection. Yet each country, and even regions within countries, add their own unique touch, from hanging stockings in the United States to the Réveillon feast in Canada and the vibrant Las Posadas in Mexico. These traditions showcase the richness of culture and the universal desire to come together in joy and celebration. Closing Chapter 2. Whether it's the cozy, intimate family dinners in the United States, the lavish midnight feasts in Canada, or the colorful, musical processions in Mexico. Christmas Eve in North America is a beautiful blend of faith, family, and festivity. Chapter 3. Christmas Eve in South America. South America celebrates Christmas Eve with warmth, joy, and vibrant festivities that reflect the continent's rich culture and love for family gatherings. From colorful street celebrations to traditional family dinners, Christmas Eve here is an unforgettable night full of life, light, and love. Brazil. In Brazil, Christmas Eve, or Véspera de Natal, is celebrated with a perfect blend of family, faith, and fun. Many Brazilians attend the Missa do Galo, or Rooster Mass, at midnight, a deeply spiritual tradition honoring the birth of Christ, before heading to church. Families gather for a festive dinner, featuring roasted turkey, ham, salads, and traditional sweets such as rabanada, a Brazilian version of French toast coated in sugar and cinnamon. After midnight, fireworks often light up the sky, adding excitement and a sense of celebration to the night. Gift-giving is also an important tradition, typically done after the church service, symbolizing love, gratitude, and togetherness. Argentina. In Argentina, Christmas Eve, or Nochebuena, is a night of family, food, and fireworks. The evening typically begins with a late-night family dinner, often featuring an asado, or barbecue, alongside traditional side dishes, salads, and desserts like panettone, a sweet Christmas bread. At midnight, families exchange gifts and head outdoors to enjoy fireworks, a beloved tradition that fills the streets with light, noise, and excitement. In Argentina, Christmas Eve is a festive, lively celebration, combining heartfelt family moments with joyous community gatherings. Chile. In Chile, Christmas Eve is known as Nochebuena, a time for family, faith, and delicious food. Families gather for a late-night dinner, enjoying dishes like roast turkey, baked ham, and traditional Chilean desserts such as pan de Pascua, a spiced fruit cake. After dinner, attending midnight mass is an important tradition, bringing communities together in shared faith and celebration. Streets and homes are adorned with festive lights, and caroling is common, creating a warm and joyful atmosphere. In Chile, Christmas Eve is a night of togetherness, reflecting the country's strong emphasis on family, faith, and festive cheer. Other notable South American traditions. Venezuela. In Venezuela, Christmas Eve is full of unique and lively customs. In many towns, children roller skate to early morning church services, carrying candles or small gifts. Families enjoy a late-night feast, including halakas, a type of tamale wrapped in plantain leaves, symbolizing the rich culinary heritage of the country. Colombia. In Colombia, Christmas Eve is celebrated with La Nochebuena, a night filled with candlelit vigils, caroling, and family dinners. Houses and streets glow with lights and decorations, while families share traditional dishes like natilla, a creamy custard dessert, bringing warmth and sweetness to the celebration. Visual and cultural highlights across South America. Across South America, Christmas Eve is a blend of faith, family, food, and vibrant celebration. Whether it's the spiritual devotion of midnight mass, the excitement of fireworks in Argentina and Brazil, or the colorful roller skating traditions of Venezuela, every country brings its own unique flavor to this magical night. The continent's celebrations reflect joyful energy, cultural richness, and the warmth of family bonds, making Christmas Eve an extraordinary experience for both locals and visitors alike. Closing. Chapter 3. From Brazil's dazzling fireworks to Argentina's late-night family barbecues, South America proves that Christmas Eve is a time to celebrate togetherness, faith, and festive traditions in truly spectacular ways. Chapter 4. Christmas Eve in Asia. Asia may not be the first place that comes to mind when thinking of Christmas Eve, but many countries on this vast continent celebrate the night before Christmas in unique and meaningful ways. From candlelit churches to festive foods, Asia blends faith, family, and local traditions to make Christmas Eve truly special. Philippines. In the Philippines, Christmas is one of the most important celebrations of the year, and Christmas Eve is a night full of joy and devotion. Known as Noche Buena, the evening begins after a series of Simbang masses, 9 days of dawn, or evening masses leading up to Christmas. Homes are decorated with paroles, star-shaped lanterns symbolizing the Star of Bethlehem, and families prepare a grand feast after attending midnight mass. Traditional dishes include lechon roast pig, ham, queso de bola Edam cheese, and a variety of sweets and desserts. Children often perform in nativity plays, and the entire community participates in caroling. In the Philippines, Christmas Eve is a magical mix of faith, food, music, and family togetherness. In Japan, Christmas is celebrated more as a festive and romantic holiday rather than a religious occasion. Christmas Eve is often considered a special night for couples who exchange gifts and enjoy romantic dinners at home or in restaurants. One unique Japanese tradition is enjoying Christmas cake, a sponge cake decorated with strawberries and whipped cream. For many, it's customary to enjoy KFC, which has become a popular Christmas Eve meal due to clever marketing campaigns in the 1970s. Despite not being a traditional Christian holiday for most Japanese, Christmas Eve has become a night of celebration, light displays, and joyful gatherings, showing how global traditions can adapt to local culture. In India, Christmas Eve is celebrated predominantly by Christian communities, with a focus on spiritual observance, family, and festive meals. Families attend midnight mass at local churches, singing hymns and carols. Homes are decorated with stars, lights, and nativity scenes, reflecting both faith and creativity. After mass, families enjoy special foods and sweets, such as plum cakes, biryani, and traditional Indian desserts. In some regions, street processions with music, candles, and nativity plays add color and energy to the evening. Indian Christmas Eve combines devotion, celebration, and a vibrant cultural flair. South Korea. In South Korea, Christmas Eve is celebrated both as a religious holiday and a modern festive occasion. Many attend midnight mass at churches, while urban areas are filled with Christmas lights, decorations, and shopping festivities. Couples often celebrate Christmas Eve with romantic dates, exchanging gifts, and enjoying festive desserts and cakes. For families, attending church and sharing meals remains an essential part of the night. South Korea's Christmas Eve is a blend of faith, love, and modern festive culture, making it unique among Asian celebrations. Hong Kong and Singapore. In Hong Kong and Singapore, Christmas Eve is a blend of Western influence and local charm. Skyscrapers and shopping malls are adorned with sparkling lights and giant Christmas trees, creating a festive citywide atmosphere. Families and friends gather for special dinners, while children enjoy the magic of decorated streets and holiday-themed events. Church services are attended by Christian communities, making it both a spiritual and social celebration. These cities show how Christmas Eve can bridge cultures, combining religious traditions with modern festive practices, visual and cultural highlights across Asia. Christmas Eve is celebrated in diverse and creative ways, reflecting the continent's rich cultural tapestry. Some countries focus on faith and midnight mass, others on romantic or social celebrations, while many combine both elements with local flavors, foods, and decorations. What unites these celebrations is the spirit of togetherness, joy, and the warmth of family and community themes that resonate across cultures. Even on the other side of the world, closing chapter 4 from the glowing paroles of the Philippines to Japan's romantic Christmas Eve dinners and India's vibrant nativity celebrations. Asia reminds us that Christmas Eve can be both faith-filled and culturally unique. Chapter 5. Christmas Eve in Africa. Africa may not be the first place many think of when it comes to Christmas, but the continent celebrates Christmas Eve with vibrant energy, deep faith, and family-centered traditions. From the warm summer evenings of South Africa to the spiritual observances in Ethiopia, Christmas Eve in Africa is a reflection of culture, community, and joy. In Ethiopia, Christmas is celebrated according to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church calendar. And Christmas Eve, known as Gana Eve, is a deeply spiritual occasion. Many Ethiopians observe a fast leading up to the celebrations, making the evening a time of reflection and prayer. Families attend candlelit church services, often held late into the night, singing hymns and reading scripture to mark the birth of Christ. After church, families gather for a festive meal, enjoying traditional dishes like Doro Wat spicy chicken stew and injera flatbread. Ethiopian Christmas Eve emphasizes faith, community, and spiritual preparation, creating a night that is both sacred and heartwarming. South Africa. In South Africa, Christmas falls during the summer season, which means Christmas Eve is often celebrated outdoors. Families and friends gather for braai, or barbecues, featuring grilled meats, salads, and local treats. Many attend midnight church services, where communities come together to sing carols and reflect on the meaning of Christmas. Children enjoy festive decorations and small gifts, while towns host public events like concerts, fairs, and light displays. South African Christmas Eve is a perfect mix of sunshine, family, music, and celebration, highlighting the joyful spirit of the season. Nigeria. In Nigeria, Christmas Eve is a lively and family-centered celebration. Church attendance is a central part of the evening, with many Nigerians attending midnight mass or special Christmas services. These services are often filled with joyful singing, drumming, and dancing, reflecting the country's rich cultural traditions. After church, families return home to enjoy a large feast, featuring dishes such as jollof rice, roasted meats, and local desserts. Communities may also host outdoor gatherings and caroling events, making Christmas Eve a night of faith, festivity, and connection. Kenya and Ghana. In Kenya and Ghana, Christmas Eve is celebrated with family gatherings, church services, and music-filled celebrations. Children often participate in nativity plays and carol competitions, bringing the stories of Christmas to life. In many towns, communities gather around bonfires or candlelit spaces, sharing songs and meals that highlight local traditions. Christmas Eve is seen as a time to give thanks, share with neighbors, and celebrate unity. Visual and cultural highlights across Africa. Christmas Eve is celebrated with a blend of faith, family, music, and food, each country adding its own unique cultural flavor. Whether it's Ethiopia's sacred church services, South Africa's sunny barbecues, or Nigeria's vibrant gatherings, the night is filled with joy, warmth, and togetherness. Despite the continent's diversity, the underlying theme is universal. Christmas Eve is a time to celebrate love, family, and the spirit of giving. Closing Chapter 5 from the candlelit devotion of Ethiopia to South Africa's sun-soaked celebrations and Nigeria's music-filled midnight services. Africa showcases the richness of Christmas Eve traditions in ways that are both spiritual and joyful. Chapter 6. Christmas Eve in Oceania. Oceania brings a unique twist to Christmas Eve celebrations, combining the warm summer weather with beloved family traditions and festive fun. From sandy beaches to cozy homes, Christmas Eve here is all about togetherness, outdoor festivities, and joyful celebrations under the sun. Australia. In Australia, Christmas falls during the summer months, which means Christmas Eve is often celebrated outdoors. Many families gather for barbecues, enjoying grilled seafood, prawns, and meats alongside salads and summer desserts. Church attendance is also important, with many Australians participating in midnight mass or evening church services. Cities and towns come alive with Christmas lights, carols by candlelight, and festive concerts, creating a magical atmosphere despite the warm weather. In some regions, Australians also engage in beach cricket or swimming, blending summer leisure with holiday traditions. For Australians, Christmas Eve is a time for family, fun, and festive cheer under the bright summer sky. New Zealand. In New Zealand, Christmas Eve is celebrated in a similar summer style, with families gathering outdoors for picnics, barbecues, or festive dinners. Many attend midnight church services to reflect on the spiritual meaning of the holiday. Homes and streets are adorned with Christmas lights, trees, and festive decorations, and communities often hold carol concerts and small-town fairs, adding to the joyful atmosphere. For New Zealanders, Christmas Eve is a night of celebration, reflection, and sharing quality time with loved ones, all while enjoying the beauty of their summer surroundings. Fiji and Pacific Islands. In Fiji and many Pacific Islands, Christmas Eve combines Christian devotion with vibrant local customs. Families attend church services to celebrate the birth of Christ, often in open-air settings that allow the natural beauty of the islands to shine. Homes and churches are decorated with palm fronds, flowers, and lights, while traditional music and dancing are integral to the celebrations. Families gather for festive meals, enjoying local dishes such as roasted fish, taro, and tropical fruits. Christmas Eve in the Pacific Islands emphasizes community, family, and joyous celebration, showcasing how local culture blends seamlessly with holiday traditions. Visual and cultural highlights across Oceania. Christmas Eve is a vibrant combination of summer leisure, family gatherings, spiritual reflection, and festive fun. Whether it's Australia's beachside barbecues, New Zealand's community carols, or the tropical celebrations of Fiji, the night is filled with laughter, joy, and togetherness. The continent proves that Christmas Eve doesn't have to be cold or snowy to feel magical. It's the spirit of love, family, and celebration that truly matters. Closing Chapter 6. From sunny beaches in Australia to festive picnics in New Zealand and island traditions in Fiji, Oceania showcases a unique summer twist on Christmas Eve celebrations, proving that no matter where you are in the world, the magic of this night is universal. Chapter 7. Unique and lesser-known Christmas Eve traditions across the world. Christmas Eve is filled with customs both familiar and surprising. While some traditions are famous, others are lesser known but equally fascinating. In this chapter, we uncover the most unusual, heartwarming, and unforgettable Christmas Eve traditions you may have never heard of, and the stories behind them. Ukraine, the Holy Supper and Spider Web Tree. Christmas Eve in Ukraine is known as Festive, or the Holy Evening. Families prepare for a deeply spiritual and symbolic celebration that centers around a meal called the Holy Supper. Before dinner begins, homes are carefully cleaned and decorated. The centerpiece of the evening is the traditional tablecloth, under which a bit of hay is placed, reminding everyone of the manger where Jesus was born. The Holy Supper consists of 12 dishes, each representing one of the apostles. No meat is eaten on Christmas Eve. Typical dishes include kusha wheat pudding with honey and poppy seeds, borscht beet soup, fish dumplings, braised cabbage, and mushrooms. Before the meal begins, families wait for the appearance of the first star in the sky, symbolizing the Star of Bethlehem. A prayer is offered, and only then may the meal begin. 1 of the most unique customs in Ukraine is decorating Christmas trees with sparkling spider webs made from silver thread. Legend tells of a poor widow who decorated her bare tree with spider webs, only to wake up Christmas morning and find them magically turned into silver. Since then, spider webs symbolize good luck and prosperity. Iceland, Yule lads and the Christmas cat. In Iceland, Christmas Eve is part of a magical season filled with ancient folklore. Instead of one Santa Claus, Iceland has 13 mischievous Yule lads who visit children one by one in the days leading up to Christmas. Each Yule lad has a name and personality. Spoon licker, door slammer, sage swiper, window peeper. Children place shoes by the window in hopes of receiving gifts from the Yule lads. Naughty children may find a potato instead. But even scarier than the Yule lads is the legendary Yule cat. The Yule cat roams the countryside and eats anyone who doesn't receive new clothes for Christmas, a tradition meant to encourage diligence and hard work. Today, it's more playful than frightening, but it remains one of the most famous folklore traditions of Icelandic Christmas Eve. Venezuela, roller skating to church in Caracas, Venezuela. Christmas Eve morning features one of the world's most delightful traditions, roller skating to church. Children sleep with a string tied to one toe and the other end attached to the bedpost. In the morning, friends tug the strings while roller skating past homes to wake each other up for church services. Streets are sometimes closed so children can skate safely. This tradition reflects how joy, playfulness, and faith blend beautifully during the Christmas season in Venezuela. Czech Republic, fortune-telling with apples and shoes in the Czech Republic. Christmas Eve is filled not just with gifts but with fortune-telling rituals. One tradition involves cutting an apple in half. If a star shape is revealed inside, it predicts good health and fortune. If a cross shape appears, it warns of bad luck. And married women also throw a shoe over their shoulder toward the door. To pointing out equals marriage soon. To pointing in equals another year. Singlights playful, symbolic, and a reminder that Christmas Eve there is as magical as it is mysterious. Catalonia, Spain, the pooping log cagato. Yes, really. Children in Catalonia beat a smiling wooden log with sticks while singing songs that encourage it to poop. Gifts. The log is covered with a blanket and fed treats for days until Christmas Eve, when beaten joyfully. The log releases gifts from underneath the blanket. Though strange at first glance, the tradition represents abundance, gratitude, and joyful fun for families. Austria and Germany, Krampus night in certain alpine regions. Christmas Eve involves men dressed as terrifying horned demons called Krampus. They roam streets wearing masks, chains, and bells, meant to scare naughty children into behaving. It's intense but thrilling and is more about cultural heritage and fun than fear. Greenland, candlelight in the Arctic. In Greenland, Christmas Eve is celebrated under the northern lights. Families gather for church services, light candles, and sing hymns inside wooden churches glowing warmly against icy darkness. Dinner may include whale skin, roast seal, and Arctic fish, reflecting how Christmas adapts to local environments beautifully. Norway, hide your brooms. In Norway, people once believed witches flew on broomsticks on Christmas Eve. As a result, families hid their brooms, a tradition still remembered today with playful humor. Visual montage of rare tradition: children skating, spiders on trees, demons in streets, glowing candles in the Arctic. These traditions remind us that Christmas Eve is not just a celebration, it's a story passed down through generations. Each culture adds its own chapter, its own color, and its own magic. Whether gentle or playful, sacred or festive, each tradition carries meaning. Some represent faith, others joy, and others simply bring families together through laughter and memory. Closing of Chapter 7. From spider webs to roller skates, from mischievous elves to fortune-telling apples, the world proves that no two Christmas Eves are alike, yet the message is universal. Love, hope, and togetherness matter most. Chapter 8. Food, Symbols and Universal Meanings of Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is not just about traditions, it's about the meanings hidden behind them. Every candle, every dish, every decoration tells a story. In this chapter, we uncover what Christmas Eve symbols and meals truly represent across the world. The power of food on Christmas Eve. Around the world, people gather at tables on Christmas Eve. Though the foods differ, the purpose remains the same: to unite hearts, honor the past, and celebrate the present. In Europe, meals symbolize tradition and ancestry. In Latin America, food celebrates abundance and family legacy. In Africa and Asia, meals reflect gratitude and faith. In Oceania, feasts reflect togetherness and joy under the summer sky. Symbolic foods around the world. Bread is sacred in countless cultures. It represents life, provision, and sharing. Fish come in on Christmas Eve tables in Catholic countries. Fish represents sacrifice. Spirituch himself. Sweets and desserts. Christmas Eve desserts symbolize hope, joy, blessing, new beginning. Shani, cakes, custards, and sweetbreads reflect optimism for the coming year. Why some cultures avoid meat in Eastern Europe and Catholic regions. Meat is avoided on Christmas Eve as a form of spiritual preparation. The fast reminds people that celebration begins with humility. Universal Christmas Eve symbols explain. Candles equals light in darkness. Lighting candles represents God's presence. Hapeg Wirtanton during hardship across continents. Candlelight connects humanity through one glowing flame. The star equals guidance and promise, whether it's displayed on trees or roofs. The Star of Bethlehem continues to represent direction. Faith and honesty presents. Just like the wise men followed the star, many still see Christmas Eve as a night of spiritual direction. The Christmas tree equals eternal. Life evergreen trees never lose their leaves, symbolizing everlasting life or resilience or ties. Never-ending love. Every ornament becomes an unspoken prayer. Hanging from its branches, gifts equals love in action. Gifts remind us not just to receive, but to give. Giving represents care. A generous lizzle. Without condition. Nativity scenes equals humility and miracles. Nativity scene reminds the world the greatest gift came quietly, in humility, without wealth or power. Carols equals voices of hope. And music may be universal, but Christmas carols carry something deeper. Faith spoken aloud. Joy shared in sound. Stories told through melody. Why symbols matter across nations. Symbols speak when words fail. They remind us what matters when the world feels heavy. Christmas Eve is not made meaningful by decorations. It is made meaningful by remembrance. Chapter 9. Christmas Eve, a night that unites the world. The world is vast. Cultures are many, but Christmas Eve is one night we all somehow share. A global pause in Christmas Eve. Something extraordinary happens. Cities slow. Homes glow. Families gather. Hearts soften. Even in places where Christmas isn't widely celebrated. Kindness becomes louder. What Christmas Eve teaches us. Universal cultural differences. Christmas Eve reflects the same values worldwide. Family, forgiveness, hope, generosity, faith, gratitude, togetherness. A night of healing. Christmas Eve is not perfect. Some people carry grief, some carry loneliness, some carry loss. But the night reminds each heart, you are not forgotten, you are not alone. Tomorrow can be different. Children and Christmas Eve across every nation. One truth is shared. Children believe on Christmas Eve. Not just in Santa, but in wonder. Magic. Possibility. Modern Christmas Eve in a digital world of screens and speed. Christmas Eve invites us to slow down. Turn off phones, sit together, talk, pray, laugh. Remember. An invitation to the viewer wherever you are watching from. Tonight, remember this. You are part of a global family celebrating together. Final reflection. Christmas Eve is not about lights alone or gifts alone or food alone. It is about love staying alive. Closing message from the sunlit beaches of Australia to the snowy churches of Europe, from candlelit African villages to glowing Asian cities. Christmas Eve speaks one message to the world. Light still shines in every darkness. If this video warmed your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with someone you love. Comment your country and tradition below. Let's turn this comment section into a global celebration.